Hello, beautiful bastards. The name is Wolf, and welcome to Enshrouded, the game Palworld, or even Valheim, wishes it was. It has been an incredible experience, a better one than I was expecting, if I'm being honest, especially considering the price range is the same as Palworld. And we all know, if you have watched me stream Palworld, that the building in that particular game is how do I say this gently, a challenge? I think that's a good way of putting it. But Enshrouded is so much nicer with building. This is a humble starting build, a simple house basically. This is my very first base, and it is, as you can see, very basic. I'm currently saving up resources, farming and upgrading for my second base once I have found a suitable position for that. But the beautiful thing about this game is the building, right? And that's one of the things I like to focus on. For the record, we also have an entire RPG element. We have skills right here. I went for the Mage Blink because, you know, pretty badass, right? Like, you can just jump around, immediately start swinging your weapon around, or even just start aggressively pickaxing. What I meant to say is, like, jump around, immediately get some block, get some parries going, dodge. It is incredibly... The melee feels really good. At least one-handed melee feels really good in this game, which is impressive because most of the times like a very straightforward melee, right? Look at Valheim, look at Palworld, it's very straightforward. This actually feels like more visceral, which is exciting. So yes, I picked up Blink. You can respec whenever you want. It's fairly easy to set up. I actually have 2 skill points left, and I'm trying to save up for this new attack. You can get skill points by leveling and doing certain objectives in the world, like doing the elixir well, which is what my current next objective will be, because I want to get more skill points. But one of the things that's also really good about this wonderful game is you have 2 action bars. You can switch between them. I have one set up for like most of the active stuff, like fighting and such, and the other one is like resource gathering and building. And speaking of building, you have a special hammer, you go into building mode, and then the magic happens. The controls are unique, but there's also a lot of different options. Now, mind you, we can't build anything because, as you can see, missing material. There's a whole building material mechanic to it. So let's pick up some of these blocks. You can craft them quite easily. Now, they're very scary to look at, considering it says like 789. But if you look at the actual blocks right here, you can build 100 bone blocks for 10 bones, or metal blocks for whatever resources. Let's see, rough wood, wood logs, 2 wood blocks for 100 blocks, right? So it's not really that overwhelming, although unless you want to do a lot of foundations like I did, in which case it's possibly very overwhelming, because as you can see, it takes 256 wood blocks to build one foundation. But you don't have to build a foundation. You can just build a basic wall as long as you're within the range. And the range is, of course, the orange line that you should be able to see here. And you can upgrade. This is after one upgrade. It starts smaller. This is an 80 by 80, I believe. You can push to 120, 120 with upgrading the actual base. You can do that here with the commune with the flame, and then you have of upgrading the altar, which is what pushes the range further. And then you also have strengthening the flame, which allows you to protect yourself against other things, as well as respecking, by the way, for those who are wondering. A little bit of respecking right there. So, but yes, the reason why this building is so good is because you have a wall right here. You have preconceived, like, blueprints, right? So maybe you want to have a window, and maybe you want to have a door, right? But maybe you think this is placed incorrectly. Press Y. And it just has like an undo button. Have you ever seen that in a building game, an undo button? It's insane. But maybe you want to make your own windows or your own door. You can also do that. You can literally go in and voxel by voxel, I believe it is referred to, literally just carve your own windows. Maybe you want to have a connected window. You know, you can just do that, which is insane. And there you go. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You can just push it back in up to a certain point. There is a limit to what you can actually undo. But if you keep an eye on that, you should be fine. You can snapping. Snapping is like a more gridlock based. Not snapping has a more finer control. And you know what the best part about that is as well? It actually tries to preserve what has already been built. So if I were to, for example, like a normal block is 64, right? I turn that around. I try to push it in. As you can see, it only costs 44 right now. And it doesn't actually remove the stone, which is really, really good. Now, if you, however, go inside, you will notice that it actually went internally. But as you can see, the stone has been mostly unaffected. You press Y if you don't like it, and boom, you're good to go. So you can, I'm actually thinking about making like one of those fancy fireplaces right here, making like an artificial chimney. Doesn't serve any purpose, but you know. So a lot of building potential. And I'm thinking about maybe making a bit of a ceiling point here and building this further out. I'm actually see, do I have berries right here? Nope. I actually need to put my berries in here, but I don't have a lot of salt. Let's actually put the berries I do have in there. Berries are an easy to pick up food because they come out of bushes. Purple berries. And if you have 3 salts, let me actually switch the recipe. There you go. As you can see, 1 berry with a little... Oh, no, you don't even have the salt. The salt's for the animal drying. My bad. That was my previous little thing. Because I expanded my inventory. Because you can have inventory expansions. You have a bunch of gear. Most gear that improves comes with like additional bonuses. In this case, it's health. As well as melee crit chance. We have some rings. A grappling hook. A glider. Ooh, the glider. The glider is fun. I'm going to show you guys the glider. Because I'm going to switch to this thing. Because I want to actually show you guys the... more than the building aspect. I'm thinking about building a massive base. And then probably doing a base tour. Because people like the way that I do certain like bigger builds. So maybe I dabble. But... aside from the base building. Which has an incredible flexibility and ultimately comes down to personal preference, right? Some people like efficiency. Some people are building large castles. Some people like beauty over, form. Beauty over form. Function is what I was looking for. And other people build villages. I've seen people build actual small villages, which is insanely fun. Especially if you play with multiple people. Can everybody have their own little house? And then like a primary situation for like workshops and such, which is really, really cool. But yes, the glider. So elixir the well. Let's go. And there you go. You can just fly. It's so good. Now, ironically, one of the skills that you can find in here is actually related to flying, which is beasting, for example, or even updraft. You can get like a small buff, which is very, very fun. Now, you can dive. Now, of course, it is gliding. You're not actually flying. It's a glider at all. Supposedly, there is a better glider. I haven't found it yet. Which might prove better for certain purposes. Maybe I can go faster or last longer or go further without having to take any medication. It's fine. So it looks like, as you can see, the waypoint is right here. So somewhere in the... Oh, no, I don't want to go down there. Somewhere down here. Now, the reason why the game is called Enshrouded, because large functions of the land, or large portion of the land, is, of course, shrouded in this mist. Now, the problem with this mist is it has a bit of an attitude. So I'm hoping I can find what I'm looking for. Now, we're going to dive in here. I've never been down here before, so this is all brand new. Elixir wells is what generates these mist portions in large sections of this land. Now, you can take them out. Man, that melee feels really good. At least one-handed melee. Let me actually... Oh, I didn't drop any loot. He didn't drop any loot. Now, most things you can actually destroy and actually loot as well. Now, the reason why the melee feels so good is because it actually forces you to go in like that. And you can also block, of course, if you want to avoid shenanigans. You can pursue quite effectively. It has like this good tracking system. And if you don't like melee, you also have like wands and such. I have a basic wand that I found, a blue one, which has different suffixes and affixes you can unlock by upgrading, which you can do at the blacksmith, I believe. I haven't really done so yet. I thought there was another guy over here somewhere. But yes, I need to actually hurry up because the timer is ticking. It is a little anxiety-inducing, if I'm being completely honest with you. It is a little anxiety-inducing. I don't like timers. But luckily enough, the game has been kind enough to give us these little beacons occasionally, which if you stand near, as you can see, it constantly refreshes. But it also means that there is something dangerous nearby, which would make sense considering the well is down there. So we have to go down. And we have 6 minutes to take out the very thing that's causing this mist, or we die trying. Now, we are looking for a giant red... Well, you can already see a bit of a glow. A giant red flower, mushroom-looking thing. So let's see. Yes, there is falling damage, so I'm being a little cautious with this. Now, and if you kill these elixir wells, is that it? Yes, that's it. If you kill these elixir wells, you get a skill point once, if it's a unique one you killed. It also shows you on the map if you have done it already. Now, they do respawns. If you join with another friend later, they can actually kill it themselves and actually get that skill point because, well, that's just nice. They do respawn and such. And if there's bosses, you can farm bosses for different loots, I've been told. Ooh, we immediately have a bunch of... Ooh, that's a lot of enemies. Okay. Luckily enough, we are melee focused. So it's okay. Alright, sweet. There's a lot of hazards nearby that we have to be wary of. Is that somebody who's aggroed? Yes. Alright, let's go. Let's take care of this. Alright, we stunned him. Very good. Get the loot. Moving on. Oh. And they just keep spawning. So let's see if I can... Okay. So as you can see, if you don't watch out, you will get focused. Oop, we have to be careful of these circles because they drain your shroud faster. Now, luckily enough, we could go run back and reload if we needed to. But I have 4 minutes left and I have a dream. So let's go down here and destroy it. Now, there might be a boss here. There might be a boss. The very first one that I saw in one of these environments, there was a boss. They're definitely enemies. They are oftentimes protected. So, here's a big one. Can I get a parry off? Come on, give me a parry, give me a parry, give me a parry. Come on, swing, you little boy. Boy! There we go, there's a parry. He didn't stun because he has too much stun bar. Alright, another one. We have more... Was that a flying unit? Ah, yes. Alright, I'm going to switch to my axe and see if I can get this one sorted. There's no actual proper boss here, luckily enough. But there it is, new location charted, 1 marker added, and the shroud is gone. The timer goes up and then disappears. Hopefully, there it is. Ooh, so we have some time. So it looks like in this location, it's just a bombardment of constant enemies. That is the challenge. So no big baddie, no spoilers. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep smacking him. And actually drink a potion. Turns out, a wooden stick against a piece of metal remains effective, apparently. Just not super effective. Look, if Pikachu can kill Geodude with a lightning strike, you know, after being supercharged at a windmill, I can smack someone around with a stick that has a bunch of points on it, okay? Don't judge me. There's a chest here. Explore. Ooh, look at that fruit. Oh, bloody... No! No, 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 no. Well, anyway, that can happen. And then if you do die, you end up at the last beacon or like respawn point. Now, luckily enough, we have some wiggle room. That is one of the things I have noticed. I have a very eager need to double jump, right? Because it's double jumping. We all have double jumps. And then what do you do to double jump? You press spacebar, not once, but twice. Unfortunately, in this game, without the double jump perk, which there is, it does exist. It does exist. You can spec for it. Where is it? Yeah, here. Double jump. You can, well, double jump. But now, whoa, I almost went in again. Well, yeah. You start flying. Now, luckily enough, the game is relatively forgiving with the loot drops. Because as you can see, I fell down there. And I believe the loot should be right there. It's a little totem. There it is. So you can see it. And then you just pick up all your gear. It doesn't drop all your loot. Just certain types of loot it drops. Other types just stay in your inventory or in your action bar and such. So now that we have killed the shroud, we can actually explore. Did I pick up the purple? Yes, I did. Totally. As you can see, they have different... Ooh, look at that mana leech. That's interesting. Ice, fire, ice. So this is ice, fire, ice as well. This is also an ice core. Yep. So we actually have a purple now. We can upgrade it to blacksmith to unlock those traits. Those little bonuses would be really, really nice. So yeah, red is bad. Don't touch the red stuff, guys. It is bad. Very bad. So, let's do a little bit of exploring. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of people still. Plenty of folk around. Let me actually use my new wand. Oh. Let's go. We can actually keep our distance and kite around if we wanted to. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Let's not. We also have bow and arrow, if that's more your thing. But I unfortunately have no ammo with me, because I put those in my box. Alright. Come on. You wanna play, mate? Come on. Swing. There it is. There's the parry. Beautiful. And there are things that make parries more punishing in your skill tree. You have a special execution. There's actually like a kind of a Dark Souls backstab you can unlock as well, which is kind of cool for those surprise moments. Because you can crouch and be stealthy about it, or you just go hard. As you can see, stunned because you had a good parry right there. There's actually a trait that allows you to do a special move that hurts people who are stunned like that more frequently. Ooh, this is a spear guy. I actually want to have a spear. I wonder if I can make one. It'd be super nice. Alright. Let's go in. Effective, effective. There's the break. You can actually just walk behind him and just do backstab damage if you're feeling particularly frisky. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of stuff here that we could probably explore. Let's take a look over there. But yes. I'm actually going to go... Yeah, you could destroy these spots like you're, playing Zelda. And sometimes there's loot in there. Let me actually see if there is anything here. In this case, yeah, some mycelium, which makes sense because we're in a mushroom place. Sometimes it has cloth or hide or salt. I need more salt. I think that's the skeleton stuff that I need to take out. A lot of boxes here, a lot of vases. Just make sure that if you do this, that you are very careful. Because I also tried doing this near an explosive barrel and... well, I don't think I have to explain to you what happened. There you go, let's get some more XP. Very good. Critter parts, good for the alchemist. Alchemist is like magic stuff. What is that? Oh, that's what that is. Okay. So yeah. Oh, they just keep spawning? Could be a good XP farm if that's the case. Let me actually move away from it. I'm actually going to use one of the waypoints back home. Now, the waypoints you can unlock are these giant buildings, but you can also put your little altars down. You can build a lot more altars than you perhaps will build bases. So you can kind of make these tiny outposts and such where you can teleport across wherever you want them to be, right? And you can also terraform, so it really doesn't matter as to where they are. So, let me actually, here's a bunch of my gear that I wore prior. I do have an epic two-handed axe and an epic mage staff, but I don't have any good spells yet that are eternal. It's interesting though, like these particular magic staffs, they use these spell shards as ammunitions, like an arrow to a bow, but there's also eternal magic, which is essentially infinite ammo. And I've been looking for those until I actually start investing in that. But yes, I did pick up a feathered mace. No, nothing special, so we salvage that. And we'll pick up the apprentice wand, put that in here for someone else. Alright. Also, as you can see, my axe, pretty damaged, right? Or my axe, my club. You only have to walk up to your repair and it's immediately fixed. No resources as far as I can tell. It just automatically repairs it. Very quality of life. You don't have to worry too much about it. Shift R around these pieces. And this is a shield. I can delete that. It's like a really bad shield from the enemies. Just Shift R to just fill up all the boxes. So if you have pre-stored items that are similar as the ones in your inventory, you can just automatically store them with Shift R. Very convenient. Actually, want to put those back. Need to make a bigger storage chest as well. These NPCs unlock also a different crafting system. They do have to be sheltered. Otherwise, they might not craft certain things. As you can see here, for example, shields. He has to be sheltered for that. So he needs to have a roof above his head. It's also where I got my armor from, as you can see. And you can find armor in the game. Plenty of weapons, as you saw. Sometimes better than you can craft. And sometimes you find armor you're not sure if you want to wear or not. Because this is stamina regen, but I have health regen. And, well, clearly I needed that. So, let's see. I actually wonder if I want to try to make a little work platform here. So, it is getting nighttime. So let's actually see if I can just go into building mode. I don't think no, I have to actually delete them before I can do anything. They have to be empty before you can pick them up, and then you just pick them up as a whole. So let's actually see. Oh. Turns out the wolves are knocking at my door. Don't worry, I'm only human. Alright, let's pick this up as well. Now it is getting dark, so let's see if we can actually make a foundation here. Let's see if we can do some stone. Now we actually need these blocks that I just put away. So let's actually put the blocks in our inventory, because they only have to be in the inventory, luckily enough. And then we can choose our block. I could go with a foundational piece. I'm wondering if I could go with this ceiling piece instead. No, I cannot. I was maybe wondering if I could use that as a flat. Maybe this one is better, because this probably is... Huh? Yes and no. Now, as you can see, we have snapping off on right now, and it snaps between these large chunks. It snaps to what exists. And if we turn it off, we can actually... It still snaps, but it snaps in between the places. Are these trees on fire? Oh no, that's the outlining of my my base thing. So we could just do this, and then we can place another one right next to it. Or we can just cross it. Oh, no, that's too close. Pressing Y. Perfect. And the undo button is it's a game changer. It's genuinely a game changer. I can't believe that this is one of the first building games like this where they actually have a straight up strong undo button. It is insane. All right. I'm going to make it a half tile right there. All right. And then maybe I can expand a little bit this way. So we have a little bit of a space to make work happen. What's going on there? Why are you glowing? Loot. Oh, it's a goat that died. And the loot glows. And now it disappears. So yes, if it is nighttime and you want to be able to see things, of course you have your torches and you can build lights and such. But you can also go into your bed, which makes it so that nighttime is 60 times faster. So, you also get your rested buff, which is nice, of course, if you're internally. And it automatically stops with the 60 movement speed once it is day. So you don't have to worry about this as well. A lot of quality of life there. It's all very, very nice. So, let me actually make this a cozy... Let's see if I can make this a nice cozy place. Let's see. Now I can rotate this at an angle as well. There you go. So we can do maybe something like this. Let's see, where's my other building? My forge. Alright. And maybe I could do something like that. Or do I want to put it like that? Probably want to do it something like this. And then maybe... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have pushed it further back and maybe make like a little shed. Ooh, I should make it a shed. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick this up. I'm just going to see if I can go to my building screen. And then we're going to go and do... Let's do wood. Yep. And then I could... Theoretically, if I wanted to snap this, as you can see, it does clip. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure it is... do we want to make sure that it is? I could combine it to this wall right here. That could be interesting. But then the... Yeah, but then the actual roof is kind of problematic, isn't it? So now, we're probably just going to make a bit of a basic shed that doesn't clip with the roof. It just touches the edge, I hope. Yeah, it does touches the edge. And then we'll just turn on snapping, which hopefully means it snaps to the other wall. Or no, it snaps to the roof. So we'll do that. And then we could try to make a bit of a roof situation right here. Let's see. Now, I want to use a proper roof. That's very big, though, isn't it? Ooh. Why am I doing it that way? I could just make it this way, right? I could just make a shelter with... Oh, you know what we should do? This is what happens when I start building. I get all these, like, ideas that are constantly moving. I don't actually have to make a full wall, right? I could just make a smaller wall. Nobody tells me I have to, that size matters, In fact, everybody always tells me that size doesn't matter. So, let's actually make a smaller wall like we just did. And then we go back. The controls are something I still have to get used to. They're both great and incredibly weird. Now, we could make a big, one of those big, as you can see, we have to get the blocks back because, well, yeah. Let me actually get the blocks. Where did I put the blocks? Because it's a roof, and we need fiber roof for that. Which, yeah, the roof is a different block for some reason. And then we can build it like this, right? We can build it up. That's slightly to the side. Let's do it like this. We could... Also not what we wanted. It's a bit of a problem. Snapping on... If you have gone off center, snapping is a frustrating experience. So, let's... You know what? Maybe I should just do it from the other angle, huh? How about that? That probably will be... Because I want it to connect with this. Alright. Now it's too far back. Now it's too far to the front. Unfortunately, all building games have a bit of an attitude. But... as far as building goes, it doesn't do too bad of a job to it compared to, let's say, Palworld, where you can't even place certain things because it just doesn't allow you to. For no reason. You know what? I probably should just snack it into here, and that's probably what will make it work. There you go. Now it looks... I could even try to fill up this middle ground, which sometimes look good. Sometimes it's a little weird, but now it looks like it's part of the roof, like it was bent. So now we could maybe consider doing a pillar or something, right? Like make it nice. Let's see if we want to do a pillar. We could do a pillar in the middle just to have it look like it's standing up, or we can do something like this. There you go. And then push this down. Maybe. Maybe we could do that. I guess I want to push this out further then. But yes, the reason why I'm doing this specifically is because I need shelter, right? I need shelter for the blacksmith. The one weird thing that is kind of like ingenious, but also simultaneously quite weird, is if you want to take care of these summoners, right? You have to place a character. So you have to be ready to summon the person you want to summon. And then you have to place him down. Now you can snap him to the environment or rotate him. Rotating doesn't really matter because they rotate themselves anyway. But yes, you can just put them over here. Summon him. And does that actually work? Is this considered sheltered? It is. So yeah, just this much considers him sheltered already. So then I can put things down like the forge. Let's put the forge down. Let's see. Do I want to put it down next to him? Maybe I should have put it down. I guess I could do something like that. And then I'll put the kiln on the other side. Let's make sure. There we go. And then I can maybe make this like a little blacksmith workspace, right? I'm planning to maybe do some farmland over here, and maybe I can maybe I should just expand my actual base, connect this roof to the left side, so that we have an internal wall that separates the workshop from the internal house, while still making it all look connected. Because now it just looks like a dent in the roof. But that's going to require an entire overhaul from the internals, because I have to redo the entire roof. which can sometimes be tricky if we start working with like angles like this, for example. This took a hot minute for the first time. But yes, I can just put a wall, like, as you can see, there's no need for supports immediately as well. Like, it just supports itself up to a certain point. So you have a lot of wiggle room to make things look really, really nice. And we clearly do need to make this look a lot nicer. My point is, it's such an overwhelmingly capable building system compared to what we used to. I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed in the best possible way. Anyway, I'm going to mess around with this, probably stream it again tomorrow as well. Maybe the day after too, because I want to do a lot of things in this game, including finding a better weapon, because, yeah, let's just stick with nails on it. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, check out Enshrouded. If you like games like Valheim and such, this game is going to be right up your alley. Thank you so much. I'm out.